Look, I know how it feels. You've spent weeks, maybe months, tweaking your resume. You've navigated the black hole of applicant tracking systems, where nearly 98% of applications just disappear. You finally beat those 1 in 33 odds to land a real conversation with a human being. Then usually in the first 10 minutes they drop the bomb. What are your salary expectations? Most people feel a rush of pressure. You say something like, "I'm flexible," or you give a wide range. Stop right there, because that flexibility is actually a trap called the anchor trap. In the next 5 seconds, you might have just cost yourself $20,000. In 2025, the odds of landing an interview have plummeted to just 3%. When you finally get through the door, you aren't just there to get a job. You are there to secure your market value, but if you speak first, you've set the anchor and capped your own earnings. High performers move from a mindset of compliance to a mindset of verification. Today, almost 58% of US job postings include salary information because of transparency laws. For younger generations, it's not even a question. 85% of Gen Z won't even look at a job if the pay isn't listed. But here's the part most people miss. Just because a company posts a range, like 80,000 to 150,000, doesn't mean they're being fully transparent. Often, those wide good faith ranges are masks for a much tighter internal cap. If you say, "I'm looking for 110 to 12, you've just verified their lowest possible spend. You think you're being reasonable, they think they got a bargain. Average salary increase budgets for 2025 are projected at only 3.5%. If you start low, you're essentially locking yourself into a stagnant wage for years. The goal is to verify the ceiling before you ever anchor yourself to the floor. Let's look at how this works in practice. Take Sarah, a marketing manager. She saw a range of 90,000 to 130,000. Instead of offering a number, she asked, "What is the internal maximum budgeted for a top-tier candidate who exceeds all KPIs in the first 6 months?" The recruiter admitted they had a stretch budget of 145,000 for the right person. By not anchoring low, Sarah secured $15,000 more than she originally intended to ask for. Or consider James, a software engineer. When asked for his number, he pointed to specific market data regarding his niche skill set and asked how the company's internal bands compared to that data. This forced the recruiter to reveal that the midpoint of their actual budget was $20,000 higher than the bottom of their posted range. These results come from shifting the burden of disclosure onto the employer. Instead of "I'm looking for X," try this script. Since the range is listed as 80,000 to 150,000, could you share the internal maximum budgeted for a candidate who hits 100% of the KPIs in the first 6 months? You aren't asking for more money, you're asking for the definition of the top tier. If they push back and say, "We really need a number from you first," you say, "I'm very interested in the role, and my expectation is that the compensation will reflect the quantitative impact I'll have on your revenue goals. Based on the market data for this specific impact, I'm focused on the upper end of your posted range. Can you tell me what distinguishes a top-of-market candidate in your eyes?" Now, the recruiter is explaining how to get you paid more, rather than you begging them for a specific amount. This shift changes everything. What if you're pivoting careers or don't meet every requirement? 41% of employers are shifting towards skills-based hiring right now. If a company posts a massive range, they want to see who values themselves at the bottom. For career changers, 99% of those who executed a strategic pivot saw a salary increase last year because they didn't apologize for their background. They translated it. If you're a teacher moving into corporate training, don't talk about lesson plans. Talk about reducing onboarding time by 20% through structured curriculum development. That is ROI. If a recruiter flatly refuses to give a range, treat it as a red flag. In that edge case, provide a range based on your walkaway number plus 20%. Ensure your floor is actually your target number, giving you room to negotiate down without losing your value. This protects you even when transparency is low. The execution is where the paycheck changes. Here's your 3-step action plan for this week. First, research the specific transparency laws in your state or the state where the company is headquartered. Know your rights. Many are legally required to give you the real range if you ask. Second, rewrite your resume bullets using the ROI formula, action verb plus quantitative KPI plus business result. These are the keywords that beat the 97.8% ATS filter rate. Third, and most importantly, practice the internal maximum inquiry out loud. Use a mirror and get comfortable with the silence that follows. The first person to speak usually loses the negotiation. This isn't easy, but the people who figure this out see 35% growth while everyone else fights for 3%. What will you change this week? Stop guessing your worth and start verifying their budget. You've got this.